Many of us are anxiously waiting for our big break, that life changing breakthrough. But what if you're actually closer than you think? Welcome to another episode of Dear Sapphy with Sapphire Bardot. Today, we're exploring 10 signs your breakthrough is near. So stay tuned.
Dear Sapphy, tell me, have you heard about it? Dear Sapphy, tell me what you think about it. Dear Sapphy, tell me what you think about it. Dear Sapphy, I really wanna know about it.
Breakthrough begins with a mindset shift. Because if you keep thinking the same thoughts, acting the same way, feeling the same feelings, your reality stays in the same loop. It's the same cycles, just on a different day. But the moment you become sick and tired of being sick and tired, as the old folks say, and you decide that by hook or by crook, something has to change, that's when the real shift begins. Joe Dispenza says your personality creates your personal reality. That means your inner world, your thoughts, your habits, your emotions literally shape the life you're experiencing. So if you want a new life, you have to start by becoming someone new. It's not just mindset, it's a soul reset. So if you've been walking a journey of transformation for a while, doing the internal work, the external work, faith and works both in motion, maybe you're on the precipice. You sense it, you feel it, but how do you know? These are 10 signs that your work, your prayers, your faith, your consistency have not been in vain. Congratulations. You're on the verge of your breakthrough. This will be a two-part combo, so be sure to share, like, subscribe, and tune back in for part 2. But here are the first 5 signs that your breakthrough is nigh. Sign numero uno is restlessness and inner pull. You feel it before you see it. This undercurrent of discontent, not because something's wrong, but because something more is calling. You might be in the middle of a conversation, a commute, a casual scroll, and suddenly feel a deep ache in your chest. Not sadness, not anxiety, just knowing there has to be more. When your soul aches, it's your future knocking. This isn't a crisis, it's a calling. Your spirit is stretching out of the life it no longer fits inside. Sign number 2 is disinterest in the superficial. What used to excite you now feels flat, and you can't fake interest in gossip, clout, or fluff anymore. Trying to connect on shallow levels feels like whispering in a storm, pointless and exhausting, like biting into wax fruit, real looking, but empty inside. You start to crave depth in your friendships, your work, your faith, your free time. You want the real over the curated, the sacred over the trendy. Surface level connections can't hold a soul that's gone deep. Number 3 are synchronicities and signs. Things start happening that you can't quite explain. The right people show up at the right moment. The podcast episode says exactly what you needed to hear. The book practically falls off the shelf and opens to your answer. You bump into destiny helpers, people who affirm you, connect you, encourage you without you even asking. The universe doesn't do generic one size fits all. Its signs are handmade just for you. You'll know it because it's too aligned to be coincidence. It's as if spirit is leaving breadcrumbs, reminding you that your steps are being divinely ordered. Fourth is divine timing and letting go of control. You begin to see delays not as punishment, but as protection. That missed opportunity, it was mercy. That rejection, a redirect. That pause, preparation. The more you try to control outcomes, the more exhausted you feel. But when you surrender, when you truly say, I trust the timing, even when I don't like the pace, you start to flow instead of force. Some doors are slow to open because what's behind them needs more time to become beautiful. And often, it's in the letting go that the shift finally comes. Sign number 5 is increased inner stillness. You stop chasing every new thing. You stop needing to prove, to post, to perform. Stillness becomes your safe space. You start waking up a little earlier just to sit in silence. You find yourself journaling more, praying longer, breathing deeper. You'd rather lose your phone than your peace. And no, that doesn't mean you're becoming antisocial. You're becoming anchored. When your future is forming, stillness becomes sacred. You're no longer afraid of quiet because that's where you finally hear yourself and maybe even God. So, if this message is tugging on you, I invite you to pause and ask, which of these signs feels most alive in me right now? Where am I sensing divine choreography, even if it looks like chaos? What am I being invited to release so something greater can take root? Email me at dearsapphy@gmail.com. Text me at 773-405-6217.